Hello scholars, welcome to another interesting video, and today we'll be looking at complex numbers. Now, what's a complex number? A complex number, let's say Z, can be represented as A plus BI. Now, this part is called the real part, while this part is called the imaginary part. Imaginary part. Now, mind you, you can also write this as Z is equal to A plus IB. Any of them you want to, any way you want to, either like this or like this, they are still saying the same thing. So this too is the what? This is the real part, while this is the imaginary part. And still the same thing. Alright? So now, another thing I want you to know about complex numbers is that I squared is equal to minus 1. Please take note of this. Very important. I squared is equal to minus 1. Now, if we take the square root of both sides here, let's take the square root of both sides. So we take square root of I squared is equal to also take square root of minus 1. Now, you notice that the square cancels the square root. So you have it that I is going to be equal to square root of minus 1. All right? I is going to be equal to square root of minus 1. So I squared is equal to minus 1 and I is equal to square root of minus 1. Please take note of that. Now, representing this complex number graphically, all right, representing this graphically, let's say this is our modulus, right? So at this point, we have this point, all right? So this is going to be our A, while this is going to be our B. Now this, of course, is the imaginary axis, while this is the real axis. So this is where you have your Z is equal to what? A plus BI or A plus IB, whichever one you want to write, all right? Now, we have the modulus of a complex number, and we also have the conjugate of a complex number. Now, the modulus of a complex number, the modulus, let's say I want to find the modulus of this complex number. The modulus of this complex number, which is written like this, is going to be equal to what? Square root of the real part squared, that's A squared, the quotient of the real part plus the quotient of the imaginary part squared plus B squared. All right? So this is going to be the what? The modulus of this complex number. Also, the conjugate, all right? The conjugate, all right? We'll also talk about the conjugate. The conjugate of Z is equal to A plus BI will be Z is equal to A minus BI, all right? The conjugate of this, all right, Z is equal to A plus BI is going to be A minus BI. All you have to do is change the sign in between them. So if you have A plus BI, just change the sign in between, all right, to minus. If it was minus, you change it to plus. So that's the conjugate, all right. Now, another thing I want us to know is, let's look at how we can simplify the powers of complex number, yeah, especially the simple ones. For instance, if we have I to the power of 5 and we are asked to simplify I to the power of 5, how do we simplify I to the power of 5? Now, for us to solve things like this, we have to make it in form of, let it have a power that is even, all right? What do I mean? I can split I to the power of 5 as I to the power of 4 times I, all right? Because I to the power of 4 times I is still going to give us I to the power of 5, all right? So, and this I to the power of 4 has been given an even, it has an even power. So anytime you're giving cases like this, try to make the power even, all right? Now, so this is going to be equal to, now, this I to the power of 4 can also be written as I to the power of 2 all to the power of 2 times I. Because 2 times 2 gives you what? 4. All right. So I to the power of 2 has been given to us here as minus 1. So this becomes minus 1 squared multiplied by I. Now minus 1 squared, of course, is going to give us plus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1, it gives us plus 1. Now just know that anytime you have minus 1 to an even number, you are going to get positive 1. All right. Times this I now. So I times 1 now gives us I. So I to the power of 5 is going to give us what? I. I to the power of 5 is going to give us I. So let's look at if we had we want to simplify I to the power of 20. All right. Want to simplify I to the power of 20. Now I can also write this as I to the power of I to the power of 2 or to the power of 10. 2 times 10 is 20. All right. 2 times 10 is 20. So we can also write this like this. Now I to the power of 2 is equal to what? Minus 1 all to the power of 10. All right. From here, record. Now, like I said, minus 1 to a power that is even. As far as the power is even, this is going to give us positive 1. But if the power is not even, that means if it's odd, it is going to give us minus 1. All right. So I to the power of 20 is going to give us 1. Now, let's look at I to the power of 73. All right. Let's look at I to the power of 73. I'll have to rub this off. I hope you've taken note of this. So I have to rub this off. So let's look at I to the power of 73. I to the power of 73. Now I to the power of 73. Now, like I said, we try to write this in form of that one of us have an even number, and then I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is we have to put this in a way that it's going to be to the power of an even number. What do I mean? We can manipulate this as I to the power of 72 times I. All right. You know, I to the power of 72 times I still give us I to the power of 73. All right. Now, this I to the power of 72, now, you have put it in such a form that it has an even number as its power. So this is I to the power of 72 times I now. So now, this can be written as I to the power of 2. We are always using I to the power of 2 times 2 times what to give us 72. That's times 36. All right. Times your I. Now, as far as this is to an even power, it's going to give us what? It's going to give us minus 1 times to the power of 36. Sorry. I squared is minus 1. All right. And as far as this is to the power of an even number, it's going to give us plus 1. Don't forget your times I. So this is going to give us plus 1 times I is equal to 1 times I is going to be equal to I. All right. So 7I to the power of 73 gives us what? I. So that will be all for today. Make sure you like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that when I upload more interesting videos, you get notified. Stay hooked for more videos on complex number. Thank you.